Okay, so now I want to talk about Visual Studio Code. It doesn't matter if you're in a Windows or Mac or Linux computer, it doesn't matter. I'm adding this section because most of the people on every course ask me what I'm using. So I'm using Visual Studio Code. If you go to the browser and type Visual Studio, it's an IDE from Microsoft. It's really, really good. So you can download right here, Visual Studio Code. This is the one we are using. And of course, Visual Studio, it's really, really great and it's free. It's free for you to use. So I use this one because, of course, it's free. It works really great. A lot of people use it, so we get updates. But the beautiful part of Visual Studio Code is the plugins. We can use plugins to use in our environment. So let me just open a tiny project. This is one of the things we're going to be doing. It's really, really simple. So right here, you can tailor your VS Code to whatever you want. You can use different colors, just like this. So again, you can install plugins and get themes. I'm using a Material UI theme. Right here, if we go to plugins, of course, you can install plugins to auto-close tags. For GraphQL, I have one here. I have HTML boilerplates. So again, we can use snippets for ES6. We are now going to be using the snippets at the beginning of the course, but then of course we're going to be advancing and we will do a lot of coding, so we will use some snippets. So if you want to use the same IDE I'm using, that's better. If you're using Atom or maybe a JetBrains IDE, doesn't matter. They have plugins and it's still going to work anyways. It's going to work. Now, one more thing, if you're in a Windows computer, you know that maybe working with the CMD is not that fun. If you're on a Mac computer, the bash, the terminal, works really, really great. It's a pleasure to use, but not so much with Windows. Now, this IDE, like any modern IDE, they have an integrated terminal, so you can use. So if you go to View, and then right here, you will get integrated terminal. And it will open a terminal inside of of course, the IDE, something from the IDE, and it will navigate you directly. It will go automatically to the path of your project. So you don't need on the terminal or maybe on the CMD and Windows, do cd ... then cd documents and everything else. It's just going to go open the terminal in that directory. So if you want to use the integrated terminal, it works really, really great. I've used it. Never had a problem, right? Okay, so this is done with this. We are going to be starting with React on the next section.